What's going on, everyone? My name is Matt, and you are watching Demo Reel. And today, I'm feeling pretty good because we are in a different setting than we usually are, aka not my apartment. And how can you really be a Manhattan skyline view on a summer day? Am I right? Now, earlier today, I released Nobu on Demo Reel, and right now, I'm sitting down with the team behind Nobu. Guys, you want to give a little introductions?
Absolutely. I'm Matthew Graves. I did sound on the project. I was also an actor.
My name is Rachel R.C. Scott. I co-wrote and directed Nobu and also operated the camera and did the post work.
I'm Kelly. I acted in Nobu. I also co-wrote and produced this film. It was also shot in my apartment, and Nobu was my pet rat. I am very proud that he made his little debut.
And then our fourth, we also have another team member, John Horton. He couldn't be with us today. He's our fourth producer.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Hi, John. Sorry you couldn't be here today.
He also acted in the film and worked as our AD. I'd also like to shout out DC Dufresne, who was our gaffer, and Kenny Chan, who was our best boy, key grip, key PA, and all around like doing the work for people. And we are One Night Co, by the way.
One Night Co. We are One Night Co. One Night Company Entertainment. Once. With a piece.
Oh, and before we get started, if you haven't watched Nobu yet, leave now and come back. You can watch it. Yeah, you know what? Let's say the link is right there.
It's only 4
minutes. 4 minutes.
4 great minutes. All right. But at this point, if you're still here, let's get started. So, guys, what was the inspiration behind this film? You know, how did this come to be?
Me and Rachel were hanging out one night, and we went to an inspirational seminar, and it was kind of like a great period where we were trying to work things out and be inspired. And after that, we just sat down together, and we both really love horror films and like comedy and suspense, and we just came up with this little cute idea of how this girl comes home, kind of wasted from a party, and her pet rat gets out, and she thinks it's a ghost in her room.
But to be fair, it is sort of based the idea. So, you know, we shot everything in Kelly's room.
Got it.
And her family has lived in that apartment since when?
It's been in my family. Yeah, after World War II, like in the late 1940s, like almost early 50s. My grandfather moved into that apartment in Stuyvesant Town. Yeah, so we've owned that apartment for 60 plus years.
So we're pretty sure it's haunted. Kelly and I have also experienced this, and our friends have experienced the presence of, like, we're pretty sure there's a ghost in the room. Like the door mysteriously like pops open by itself all the time.
Film me a ghost story in a haunted house. So meta. All right.
Yeah. So Kelly actually came up with this idea of, you know, filming the idea that there's a ghost in the room, and her and I kind of worked out the kinks. We worked with Matt and John a lot, who gave us a lot of input. We had a lot of production meetings, trying to really figure out, you know, how meta this film really is.
Right,
you know, is there a ghost, or is this girl just drunk out of her mind? You know?
It came out really well. We had a lot of fun, you know, and we all worked very well together.
Cool.
And I have to say, I do have a very cool room. I work very hard. I make my room.
And is that just how your room is?
Yeah, that's how my room is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's all natural.
Yeah, some might have thought it was spruced up for the movie.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She's that artistic. Drawing, painting.
I draw, I paint, I shoot. I do a little bit of everything.
Which, thank God, because I don't think we could have spent any money on art direction at all.
Which was great, because I felt like that enhanced the film. It made like the cinematography seem more like claustrophobic. Like you know, all the faces were like closing in. Which I'm sure you were trying to go for.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
That was a shot we were pretty excited about, actually. Yeah, during the panic scene, having the different shots of the, you know, the walls, and that they're all kind of watching what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So
The lenses we used made my room look so much bigger. Like we used a 16 to 35.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was like a
Oh,
good wide
right, right.
angle.
Oh,
yeah.
And then
we
we
were,
had a 50 as well. Or?
We had a 55. We were
55.
shooting on the A7S2.
Yep,
And using Sony's ICE lenses, and 16 to 35 made that room look much bigger than it really is.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And you kind of talked about this, but there was a little ambiguity in the film, you know. Is there a ghost? Is Nobu a Satan rat? Is she just like kind of drunk and high? And I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer this if yes, but when writing this, were there answers to those questions in your mind? Like, that we'll just never know? That we'll never know? Or was it just like, let's just fuck with people's minds as much as possible?
I always felt like there is a ghost. I think there's a ghost.
Got it.
I think
okay.
there's a ghost. And when I was putting in my creative input, I always had that in my mind, that there is a ghost. But I love things are kind of ambiguous and that we wanted to leave it so there is that level of imagination that you do have to put in a little bit.
Right.
A friend of mine actually thought that the roommates might be the ghosts.
Interesting.
Like fucking with the roommate.
Put your theories in the comments below. I want to hear them.
Yeah, me too. What do you think? Do you think there's a ghost?
You know, I've lost many nights of sleep over this, tossing, turning, trying to figure out if there is a ghost or not. I don't know.
One of the great mysteries of
and
our time, really.
The fact that I don't know excites me.
I'm open to curiosity. I kind of wanted to leave it open and see what people thought. Like,
Right.
I mean, I honestly do believe in real life there is a ghost in this apartment that I'm living at.
Nice.
It's a very old neighborhood, and I definitely have felt things that my door has opened, closed by itself since and before then, this film. So, I don't know. Whatever you think. That's what I want the audience to think for themselves. You know? Whatever you want to think. I don't know.
And there's something really kind of beautiful about that. There's nothing more like scary or wondrous than our own imaginations, you know? I always love it when there's a little ambiguity to it.
Yeah.
That's why books a lot of times are better in the movies, because people are imagining this crazy scenario in their head, and then they see the actual movie and it's a letdown. So I think there's
definitely.
That's totally what we were going for. Just make that clear.
Imagination is very key.
I'm sure it was.
But,
of course. So what was your favorite part about making this film?
Honestly, the lighting was my favorite part of the film.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with Kelly on this one.
I mean, we had DC was so good.
He's amazing.
And he definitely gave life to this film because of the lighting.
You know,
If we didn't have good lighting, this film would have not been ominous and like creepy the way we wanted it to be.
Well, one of the reasons I really had right before I started working at this film, I started working at a rental company, which is where I met our gaffer. He's, you know, an associate of mine at the company. And I really was excited to learn how to use different equipment. I, you know, worked with mostly Canons like 5Ds, 7Ds in the past. But like this was a new camera that came out, and I was especially excited because I wanted to use a low light setting. This is definitely, you know, right around the same time that we came up with these ideas when I started working there, and I started thinking about it more and more. And Kelly has those red Christmas lights that are around her ceiling. When I met DC, I was talking to him about the red Christmas lights. What are his thoughts? And then as we became talking more, I was like, you know what, you should just light the film for me. I've never really, this was the first real project since college that I really like tried to have a production value where I get to be creative with lighting. I think just experiencing that type of filmmaking that you don't get to do very often because you're on a roof, you're using natural lighting, you're guerrilla filmmaking and you have to be on the go. Or just simply because you can't afford it. To be able to do that and to take that step, that practice that I've been dating for a long time was very rewarding for me.
Cool.
And smashing a bottle at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
you know what? That's always fun. That's always fun.
Hitting curse everywhere.
What about you, Matthew? What was your favorite part?
Well, you know what? So there's 4 of us on One Night Company Entertainment on the board. we've been through a lot together already, and I think my favorite part wasn't necessarily like a specific element as it was really just the overall shooting process. You know, we had a good time. You know, we were collaborating, we were exchanging ideas, we were, you know, switching things up. A lot of laughs. You know, really to be on set was a good time. So I think to answer your question, just the whole shooting process in general is probably my favorite.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, and I love hearing stories about that. You know, people like putting their heads together, coming up with ideas, and really making something that they care about. You know, that's like filmmaking and art to me in a nutshell. I love that.
What it's all about.
Exactly. But, and I guess on the opposite side of that question, what was the worst part or the most challenging part of it?
I think just starting. You know, we have been trying to get a good project off the ground for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that we haven't shot anything. You know, we first came together in the early summer of 2014 after doing a 24-hour film race.
Right.
And you know what?
Much bigger group.
We were in a much bigger group, and you know, all those people that came with us that night and helped us try to make something that didn't get submitted at the last minute for a stupid reason. You know, we've been working a lot since then to try, you know, let's shoot this and try to get off the ground, shoot this, try to get off the ground. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. You know, this happened to the footage, that happened to the sound. This, you know, you work for a long time to try and get a great product off the ground and to finally like show something that you're actually really proud of. And I think that was this film for us. You know,
we
did something from start to finish and have shown hundreds of people at this point.
Right.
Got to, you know, appreciate it.
Cool.
You, Kelly?
Yeah, just the progress of our team and how far we've come together, and now we know who works well with who, and you said it.
It's been a naturally evolving process, but yeah, I think everybody's grown, our company's grown, and our future projects, even though it's taken us this long to figure ourselves out, where we all and how work together well, I think there's a lot of potential in the future, and the size of our projects and promotion of them is really going to grow, so I think we're all pretty excited.
Yeah.
Cool. And I guess speaking of how much you guys have grown, what's on the horizon for you guys, your company? You know, what's coming next for you?
We have things in development right now, ideas that, you know, I think all three of us are trying to write a few ideas out right now.
Another horror film in the mix. I'll shout that out right there.
Nice.
So I have a little comedy, you know, kind of we're thinking about maybe making a series. That's been some debate on that, so that's a second option. And then
we're also in post-production for your Taekwondo studio.
Yeah, Matt owns a Taekwondo studio here in the city. He teaches little kids how to kick ass.
They already kick ass. You never use the word ass.
Got some shots.
Right, because they're kids. They're kids.
Children.
Shots of him teaching his classes, and we're gonna promote his company. And
so we're in post production, making a video for Matt's website, BigAppleTaekwondo.com.
Boom. Thank you. Send your kid there. Everybody gets a free complimentary session.
Boom.
Boom.
But yeah, right now we're just, you know, we're still also, you know, promoting Nobu a little bit.
Right.
We have it on our YouTube channel.
Cool.
And we're also on Facebook and Instagram. Kelly knows the exact what the handles are and everything for that.
So if you want to follow our Instagram, you can look us up at One Night Co. And our Facebook is One Night Co. as well. Our YouTube page is also named One Night Co. It's very easy to find. They're all the same names.
In case you missed that, it's One Night Co.
One Night Co.
2 night? 5?
2 night,
3 night?
1 night Co. Rachel. One.
Just follow and support our team. We have a lot of cool ideas coming out.
We're very excited. Thank you for asking. Yeah, so we're actually debating on when timelines of all these projects will be and what the next action one's going to be. But the great news is we have a lot of ideas, and we're going to choose one of them.
All right.
So stay tuned.
We're going to do
one
all
after
of them.
another.
Right.
One after another. You know, the hustle never stops.
Which one are we going to do first is what I really
Yeah.
They're all going to get done sometime.
Indeed.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely going to be watching for all of that.
Nice.
So, if you guys want to follow them, which you absolutely should, just One Night Co. everywhere, across everything.
Everywhere.
But if that's too hard for you, I'll have links to everything in the description below. And you know, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me. I really like Nobu, and I'm excited to see where you guys go in the future.
Thank you for having us and
Thanks for
supporting
having
us.
We appreciate
Good
it.
host right here.
Yes.
Thanks for
man.
watching.
All right, but until next time, guys, you're watching Demo Reel.
Woo!